Uh, Good day, everyone. So, this is our interview or panel discussion with regards to our counter thesis to Aristotle's conception of time. So, Brother Lloyd, I want to ask you with regards to the counter thesis that you have made about you mentioned that the universe is atemporal, making the notion of time absurd. Man, by his finite insights, created his own time according to the convenience of living in this world. So, what are your supporting points for these theses that you made?
For my first supporting point is that man cannot exhaust reality because of its richness, and man is a finite being, bounded by the time of the world of senses. So, second point, time is not segmented to past, present, and future, but rather a singular line of nows. And the third point is that time is impossible to measure, but for man's convenience, they recorded and measured time.
So, for your supporting points, I want to become the devil's advocate and provide you with some objections. Is it alright with you?
It's okay.
Okay, so my first objection is that Aristotle argued that time and space are measurable by change, and change is measurable because of time. And for the second objection is that Aristotle claims in his categories that past, present, and future are continuous whole of quantity. And for the last objection is that he mentioned in one of his works that time is a measurement that concerns before and after. So what are your answers with regards to these objections?
Well, for my answer in the first objection that you gave, although change is measurable by time, man is still unable to exhaust the reality of time in the universe. And for the objection number 2, according to Saint Augustine, past is to memory, present is to sense, and future is to expectation. But despite that, time is still a continuous flow of presence. And for my answer to the objection number 3, indeed, time is a quantity measurement, but man is rather directed by his past as an angle for his future.
Indeed. So your answers are quite agreeable. Let me provide an example for your answers. So, example number 1, although I have a wristwatch, I can say that I know what the time is, but as a finite creature, I do not and cannot exhaust the meaning of time, strictly that of the universe. And my example number 2 is that memories make man remember the past. My sight and senses make me realize that I am living the now. But the future is given to my expectation of what will happen and could happen. And then my last example is that a Filipino man can still remember when Rizal was killed and who killed Rizal. The lesson of Rizal's death somehow calibrated the might of the Katipunans to fight for the future, in which now we enjoy. So, what are your insights for the discussions that we have, Brother Roy?
So for my first insight, indeed man is still and cannot fathom the richness of the concept of time, but man is still capable of measuring it according to its uses of convenience. So for my insight 2, the rational mind that God made not only made man think and use time, but also enabled man to remember a past time. So for the third insight, somehow this Sumerian measurement of time enabled the world to act and to use an objective measurement of time, which we marveled at the intricate ability of man to perceive and create a systematic concept of time for everyone.
Okay. So, what do you conclude about this discussion that we have? What can you conclude?
So I conclude, therefore, time for man is something that is essential as a being. It helps man appreciate where he is in his life, despite man still unable to unearth the realities of time.
Okay, thank you very much, Brother Lloyd. Can you provide some applications with regards to your insights to our dear viewers?
Well, for my application, challenged by the counter thesis, starting today, we will gather memories or pictures that I have taken and create memorabilia out of it in the near future.
Very good. Thank you very much for this wonderful interview with you, Brother Lloyd.
Thank you.
And see you next time.